What up, guys? This is Edward Kruger, aka Double D, and today I just want to talk a little bit about a topic. What came up between me and my friends. We were talking a little bit, and I've actually gotten a little bit irritated by a few decks. To point few out, Cosmos, Pepe I'm okay with, but mainly Cosmos would make the game kind of boring. Because it's like, okay, hey, I'm going against Cosmos. I got, let's say, Pepe. Well, here comes Dog Destroyer. Bam, my whole game is gone. OTK. And that's what makes the game boring for me. And the topic I want to talk about today is how today's version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually made, for me, the game boring and expensive. If you check, I'm a budget player. I'm not that competitive. I'm basically casual. I don't rank top 8 and that stuff. I don't know how it feels to be up on leagues. But for me, I'm not gonna pay 3,000-4,000 rand to get top tier decks. Mermails, Pepe, Cosmos, Monarchs. Even though the structure just came out, but still, it's 540 rand what you spend on just the structure. Then you have to get all the extra cards what's not in the structure to make the deck work. You get what I'm getting to? It's the constant rivalry between, okay, do I have enough cash to play a meta deck, or do I have enough cash just to play a budget deck? I am a budget player. I play, at the moment, I'm playing Black Wings. I'm playing Super Heavy Samurais. I'm playing the Paper Clips, Despots. And it's budget decks. It's something you don't have to pay a lot for to get the core. But the point of the fact is, to play meta these days is hella expensive. And you spend so much cash just to get boosters and that stuff. Where's the point? Sometimes you don't even pull anything worth your money. Like my friend last Saturday at regionals, he bought a booster for 80 bucks. He did not get any card what gives him his money back. All he pulled was worthless. He pulled that one red meteor or something, the one that came in the Wing Raider set. Yeah, that he pulled that, and I was like, what? Why do they do this? Sure, the new packs say, oh, okay, we'll give you a shiny in every set, you get a holo in every set. But when they do that, they are immensely decreasing the price on those cards. The cards it's not as worth anymore as where it was. Okay, you don't get a holo in every pack, it's maybe one in every 5 packs, something like that. And then your value for the card is more because it's harder to get. If there's a holo in every pack and you know where the holo is, then there's not going to be a point of getting that holo. To buy that holo, you can just buy the booster and get it. Easy. It's all about rarity these days. If the card's not that rare, so people aren't gonna pay that much for it because they can just get it from another place. When it's a rare card, the price is high. Like I've been wanting Castel. That's a $15 card, I think. I'm not sure on the price there. I've been looking for 101. That's a $24 card. It's rare, but now they reprinted it. It's cheap, so I can get it easier. Sure, it's still 75 rand. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than what it was. And I'm talking about a gold rare 101. What I wanted to buy, what was $25. Now it's got reprinted. Now it's just 25 rand. Where it was 250 for the card. Bilza is 340. That's a lot of money to be spending on one card. Trish, I can go on. There's cards like Trish, Dracusac. These cards are understandable. They are rare. You won't get Dracusac in any booster, in any set. You won't go, okay, let me open the set. Oh, here goes Dracusac. Oh, here goes Trish. No. It's hard to get those cards. It's understandable that they're so expensive. But cards you can get nowadays, come on. The Wing Raiders. Yeah, Icarus Attack has dropped a lot in its amount. But the point of the fact is, this game, for me, has gotten kind of in a boring lane and expensive. I know it's so because I'm a budget player, but my point still stands. If you want to play the game just because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, you're not gonna spend 3,000 rand on a deck, are you? I know there's a lot of guys out there who has big expectations, who really want to push their limit, win 2 regionals in a row, or win like a nationals and go on to win worlds. Like the one guy in my locals, Mikel, he almost went 2 for 2 on regionals. He won the Joburg regionals. Then he came back and wanted to do the same at PTA. He lost. He lost to an Infernoid player. Infernoid, it's still a strong, it's a competitive deck. It's still a strong deck, but he lost to it. Come on, a one-time regional player this year. He won at the Joburg regionals, and he got to PTA, and that Infernoid player was like, "Alright, you're not gonna get 2 for 2. I'm gonna beat you." My friend John, he likes shinies. Me, give me a common, give me a shiny, I don't care. Card is a card. As long as I can use the effect, I'm happy. You can even give it to me like, okay, here's a common, not sleeve. Okay, I'll let him sleeve one of my decks to play it. I'll let him sleeve a card to play it. That's how it is. That's how it is me. I don't want to spend too much and then play the deck for 2 months, and then they're like, no, the deck's no more worth. We got a new meta. Deck doesn't stand chance. What? I've been playing Black Wings for a year now. I'm still not bored of that deck. I went against my friend with against Nobles. He had Noble Knights. He nuked my friend healed 3 times. 3. I was like, okay, get everything back. All 3 times. We had an interesting game all 3 games. I won in first game, second and third game, we went head to head. We were bouncing off attacks the whole time. And it was fun, because it was two fun decks going against each other, and nobody could tell us, hey, no, you guys are playing wrong decks. Nah. If somebody wanted to, we would probably say like, hey dude, get out of the way. Get away from the table. We're playing here. We're enjoying this game. He actually got pissed at me a few times playing some of my decks. Like when he was playing Red Eyes, I played Super Heavy Samurais. I got out Orc first turn, and I was like boosting to 3-4. I was like, sit back, relax, let him go. He did not have 1 card to get over it. He had to big eye to get over my card. I go against my friend Ari. He also Red Eyes. He had to big eye to get a chance against my Black Wings. I still beat him. I've gotten so many times close to top 8 just by playing budget decks. It's not even funny. I just punch in. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. And I feel like that's the emotion what a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players has lost. It's understandable. Game has gotten very competitive. I'm sure a lot of you say, yeah, that the game has been competitive, but it was fun competitive. You were competitive, but you had fun playing the game, man. You know, that time when You're like, okay, let's go. I'm not play. I don't. Somewhere in my deck, I have all 5 pieces of Exodia. I don't know where. Let's just go. Hey, I can play Dark Magician. Wow. And your friends like who you're going against, like, oh crap, Dark Magician. What am I supposed to do now? And then 3 turns in, you get Exodia. Heart of the cards, man. Heart of the cards. Now it's just like when you lose and that competitive player looks at you and they're like, no, you're a shitty player. That's what pisses me off these days. Shit like that just gets me out of control. Literally. There's stuff where what you say to a guy, and there's stuff what you actually help a guy with. For me, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh around 2004, 2005, there around, and I stopped for a while. I played like 2 years. That's when Yu-Gi-Oh was still new, when you only had the Yugi, Kaiba, Joey, you know, those decks. I was a big Joey fan. I had the whole Joey deck. It was a big thing. Always went red eyes, you know, that fun time. Then I always went against my friend what had the Yugi deck. He trashed me some games, I trashed him, but that's how it goes. But here's the point. From that time when I left, what I haven't been playing till last year, but I started playing. It actually, yeah, last year. I started playing last year. In end of 2015, 2014, end of 2014. But I started playing again. The game has changed so much in just those few years, in those 10 years, 9 years. But I stopped playing. I get there, I don't know what I'm doing. My friend hands me a deck, he's like, play. I'm just going, I'm playing for fun. And these guys are like, what are you doing? Dude, seriously, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just playing. They're like, no, you're not playing right. Where's the competitive? I'm like, hey, that's not how I started. But then I bought a deck by a friend of mine, and he actually said, I bought a tin and he had Black Wings the Glow. I'm like, okay, set up, I'm gonna build this deck. I didn't have a deck by that deck. I'm like, okay, collect the cards, collecting. I'm still collecting for my Black Wings. I still need that one Sonic. But the thing is, when you commit yourself to stuff you want, it's a budget deck. The price has gone down for a lot of cards. Even though Chris has gone up, he's like $5, I think, around. Bora is $4. It's high price. It's an expensive budget deck, but it's a powerful budget deck. Despot's the same thing. It's so budget, it's actually broken. Because on Despot, I don't have the new cards coming out of Shading Victories. The new cards, I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for Despot Base and Despot 9. Yeah, those two. I'm waiting for them. But the way they impact, you can just go Despot 3, go into Despot 2, search your pendulum. If you already have a pendulum scale, search your other pendulum scale. Spam the field with Despots. Your opponent can't do you jack because you have powerful cards. And that's what I love about it. That fact where you can explore your troubles, where you can explore your reaches in the decks. Like, okay, how far can I go with this deck? How far can I go with that deck? How powerful am I using this deck? And that's what I'm kind of getting to. You don't have to play a meta deck to prove you're powerful. You can play budget decks, like cheap decks, and still get away with your wins. But as I know, there are competitive players who want to play meta. The question is, how long is your wallet gonna last? How long is that cash in your wallet gonna be enough? Keep on buying that meta deck. Keep on playing that meta decks. Once in a while, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is getting too expensive. Let me go back to one of the decks I have. What's now a budget deck?" But yeah, that's all I wanted to. That's all I wanted to say for this video, and that's all what really is pointing out to me these days. That stuff people think, no, playing meta, playing these expensive decks are the best. No, you can play a budget deck and still be top dog. You're gonna be classified as underdog, but you'll be the top guy on the roster. I promise you that. So this is Edward Kruger, aka Double D. Peace out, and I'll see you guys on the next discussion.